bees are dying, and our survival depends on them. That's why 4RB's created the Pure Wave Cell, a breakthrough quantum device proven to help hives thrive, doubling colonies and boosting honey production naturally. Every jar of our Pure Wave honey fuels this mission, supporting beekeepers worldwide. Visit 4RBs.com. That's the number 4OurBees.com, and use code WITF for 20% off. Save the bees. Save us all!
Where in the Folk is not and should not be viewed as a news source. Any names, places, or likenesses mentioned are purely fictional, and any information discussed is purely speculative. Guest opinions are their own and do not reflect those of anyone else. Where in the Folk is not responsible for content accuracy of any stories that are told or what people do with these stories. This show is vulgar, sometimes graphic, and due to its content, it should not be viewed by anyone, actually.
Welcome to another episode of Where in the Folk. I hope everybody's had a tremendous week, and thank you for joining us on another banger of an episode. Another banger.
Yeah.
Morgana's back.
Yes.
Hello, welcome back.
Thank you.
Me and Steven was getting that good flow. We stayed on topic. We didn't need you and Tully to tell us that we was going too far.
You know, I haven't gotten any ugly messages, so I'm going to say good job.
Yeah, we did a good job.
All right. Hey, I appreciate the hell out of it. Sorry I haven't been here, but hey, you know, I will be here every opportunity I possibly can.
Life happens, you know. You gotta do what you gotta do.
It does.
We don't get paid to do this.
Well, we do. We get paid in love.
Paid in love.
That's right. And tomorrow night, while we're getting started here, and we'll pop in again with this later, we will either have a guest on or we'll have a watch party.
Either one sounds great.
Yep.
We had a really great guest scheduled, but there was a scheduling conflict. So they'll be coming at some later time. But we do have another one that may be coming, and I'm not sure who it is, so it's a surprise for us all.
Well, I got a message from Tully to tell Stephen to make sure if we were having him tomorrow night, he sent us some promo information. So we'll see.
Tully's
Either way, we will be here tomorrow night doing something.
Whoop, whoop. What up, Ronnie? Oh,
hey, Ronnie.
And here's another thing that's getting ready to happen potentially. Tully and I are looking into this. We're going to probably start a remote D&D game.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah, that's our plan. And if anybody that's listening right now wants to play D&D with Tully and I when we start up, please email me at witf@gmx.com.
Do you know how many decades it's been since I did D&D?
Oh, I've got a dope brand new character journal is what I made.
Wow.
Mandy bringing in here. Just gotta get started on it. Speaking of, I should check our email to see if we got anything now.
There you go. You know, it's amazing. I would probably have to do research to play now. I mean, it's been that long.
It's a long time for me too. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was telling
No,
Mandy
it's
about
not the Tiger King, Nick. I promise.
We've already talked to him.
Yes, and he's got limited communication. So. Oh
yeah. And we talked to Joe already. Hopefully he gets out. You know.
Yep.
I hope the next distraction is partying Joe Exotic.
There you go. That's what they need to do. See, at least that's the kind of distraction that I could get behind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the one that we need, and not the one that causes gas to be over $4 a gallon in my area.
Look, I got ready to. Okay, so I'm right across the street from a gas station that usually has the best price gas in my area. So last Friday, because I knew I was going out of town, I'm like, okay, let me see what the price of gas is. It was $3.39 a gallon. That was at 6:30 a.m. When I left at 4, it was $3.69 a gallon. 30 flipping cents in 8 hours.
I blame it all on Nick.
Okay. Did Nick do this? He's running things behind the scenes, isn't he?
I believe so. But
Nick, think of your friends.
and we'll go ahead and get some promos out of the way just to get it right at the top of the episode here. Let's see. Let me share the right screen. All right, so if you haven't done it, go and you can buy some merchandise at this website right here, but you can get there easily by going to linktree.com/running-the-folk and selecting the top link. But we got some cool hats here. We got Totally Stong for $99.
I was going to say, can I say that every time I see that, I think, oh,
That's what it looks like. Right?
it does. Okay, sorry. I'm back on track.
It looks just like a $100 thong. It really does.
Yes, I'm going to have to get Mo a bucket hat. He loves those ugly ass things.
Oh yeah, bucket hat. Those are dope.
Yep.
But yeah, this is a thong. You just got to cut a hole in the back. You don't want to go over. We got some shirts and whatnot. We got a bumper sticker.
Yes, I need a bumper sticker too.
Yeah. And you can discover all our designs by going to show more, and then you'll have everything right here. So
Yep.
And don't forget to go and watch Cosmic Crumbs every Thursday. You can get there by going to linktree.com/cosmic, spelled with a 0, crumbs. And you can share stories, recipes, sign up for the mailing list, and choose the next adventure. And you can get all the links there. Alrighty.
You know, my feelings are still hurt. I sent him something to talk about one time, and he just refused.
Who?
Tully.
Oh, what was it?
He commented on the very first episode. If you want me just to read off subreddits, send them to me. And I did.
Well, I'm still mad at him for casting shade on my cheese sandwich.
I still need to try that because
it's
I am more than willing to try that. I've got it written down. So maybe I'll do that this weekend. I think I have all the stuff in there right now that I can make that with.
It's delicious. I'm going to make it. And I'm going to put it on YouTube, and I'm going to make him play it on Cosmic Crumbs on how to make it.
I tell you what, he loves the video, so you need to.
He does, for sure.
You need to, because I mean, then, like I said, you know, that's perfectly feeding into what he's asking for. So
exactly. So,
and he will email it on the mail list too if you get it to him.
Yeah. What up, Ron A? And Nick's, we've already called you out, brother. So for centuries, stories have been passed down across China. Quiet stories told at night, meant to be remembered. Stories of travelers who took wrong turns, of houses that welcomed the living but weren't meant for them, of voices in the dark that knew your name. The tales weren't created for entertainment. They were told as lessons, because in these stories, the world of the living and the world of the dead don't sit too far apart. Sometimes they overlap. And now we journey into China's most bizarre mysteries.
I have a good one.
You got a good one? What you got?
I got a good one. The Yangshi, the hopping vampire. Now, I've decided, okay, my goal, I say this very lightly because so far my goals for 2026 have gone to the crapper.
Oh, yeah.
But that's okay. This is in my goal list. Different cultures have different types of like vampires. You know, they all have the same overall feel, you know, they either suck your blood or suck your energy or whatever. But the actual vampire itself varies from culture to culture. I'd really like to do a small book on these different vampires from different cultures. And the Yangshi is one. It's in the dim stillness of rural China. Long after the lanterns are extinguished and the doors are barred, there are whispers of something moving, not walking, but hopping. The Yangshi, often called the hopping vampire, is a reanimated corpse dressed in Qing dynasty robes, arms outstretched, body stiff with death. It doesn't glide like a Western vampire. It lurches forward in unnatural bounds, guided by the scent of the living. But it doesn't drink blood. Instead, it drains the life force, the chi, leaving its victim weak, hollow, and fading. Taoist priests were once said to control these corpses, guiding them across vast distances to return them home for burial, hopping through the night like a procession of the dead who refused to stay buried.
Oh yeah, I actually got that one on the list too.
Do you?
Yeah, that was the first one on my list. That's actually a really cool story too. It's really good. I like that idea of a cross between Dracula and Spring Hill Jack. Yeah,
exactly. And like I said, I mean, it fascinates me. And Jonathan Mayberry did a compilation called The V Wars back several years ago. As a matter of fact, Netflix had a series for a couple of seasons based on it. Nothing like the stories, but it was okay. Yeah. But it actually touched on that. It's like everybody has a vampire gene in them, kind of like in The Walking Dead. They said it's in everybody.
Yeah.
But not everybody turns or whatever. And some of the ones that they had were based on different cultures. And that's where I first heard of Yangshi, is there was an Asian kid that had the vampire gene, and he turned into that particular one.
Wow.
And I'm like, I've never heard of that before. And I kind of went down off in a rabbit hole of, all these different cultures of vampires.
They're different across the world. They really are.
Mm-hmm.
It reminds this doesn't have anything to do with vampires or China. There's been a movie stuck in my head since last night that I have to watch, and it's probably one of the most boring movies in history. I watched it before, but I love it. The Man of Earth. Have you ever watched that?
I have not.
So it's basically like this guy's moving out and he's a professor somewhere. So a bunch of his professor colleagues come over to wish him farewell. And he reveals to them that he's from the Cro-Magnon period. So he's a caveman that's lived for 14,000 years.
Cool.
And then he just goes into telling stories. It doesn't show any visuals or any flashbacks. It's just the story of it.
Just him telling the story.
I need to watch
be interesting.
I have to watch it tonight. It's older. There was a part 2 that didn't make sense to part 1 though. So
I started watching one the other night, and I have to tell you, I gave it a good half hour, and it was terrible. And it was called Begonia.
I love that movie.
I could not get into it. I mean, I got to the point where they actually had kidnapped her and shaved her. And I'm like, okay, maybe it's just I'm not in the right headspace or something. That's when I ended up watching Game Night, which I love.
That movie.
Really?
You should watch it to the end. Yeah, it's a good one.
Okay.
If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, it's a conspircy movie. These two conspiracy theories.
That's why I started watching it.
Yeah. It's got Jesse Pinkman in it, the guy from Breaking Bad that played the. I don't remember.
Jesse Plemons. He's married to
Kirsten Dunst.
Yes.
But yeah, he's the main conspiracy theorist in it, and then Emma Stone, is it the girl from Superbad?
Who I absolutely love. I think isn't Alicia Silverstone in it at some point?
Yeah, I think so.
Mm-hmm. I didn't get that far into it, but like I said, I got into about right there. And like I said, I've got a lot going on, so it may just be one of those things I need a better headspace for. But like I said, when I read what it was about, who was in it, I'm like, oh, that ought to be awesome, man. It's a dark comedy thriller. Hey, hell yeah, that's my genre right there.
That's a good one.
And I'm just like, okay, well, I got to find something else.
I've been trying to get Mandy to watch it with me because I want to watch it again. I watched it one night when she went to bed. But yeah, I won't watch that again.
I tried to get Mo to watch it. He got about 10 minutes in. It was a little bit slow for him. So, now, let me put you some perspective there. When I called him tonight, he was watching reruns of The Munsters.
I do like The Munsters now.
Yeah. So, that.
Nobody ever talks about the Rob Zombie remake of The Munsters, though.
I was not a big fan.
Me either.
And I did love the original series, so that's probably why and I don't think that his wife did a horribly bad job.
You all right?
I did not like it.
Yeah.
It's kind of like let's see, I'm a huge fan of the Addams Family, the 80s movies, 90s, 80s, 90s.
Yeah.
Those first two, to me, Angelica Houston will always be Morticia. I like her better than the original, and I like the original.
Yeah.
But then when Raul Julia died and they had Tim Curry and Daryl Hannah, that broke my heart. And I love Tim Curry. I love Tim Curry, but not as Gomez Addams.
No. You can't beat those first two. You really can't. That guy was an amazing actor.
Yes, he was. Yes, he was. And like I said, that, I mean, I've got a poster in the other room with what is that damn quote about I loved her not because Poindexter. Hang on, I gotta look it up now because it's just Poindexter quote.
I'll remember it.
Christopher, there you go. Christopher Poindexter. La 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 la. La, la, la. I loved her for the way. I loved her not for the way she danced with my angels, but for the way the sound of her name could silence my demons.
Oh.
And I have a picture of Morticia and Gomez, Angelica Houston, and Raul Julia with that quote in the other room.
Oh,
So.
sweet. It's hard. It is hard to watch stuff like the remakes of those classics like that. It really is.
Yep.
The Monster remake though, I watched it maybe once. I might want to rewatch it again just to make sure I hated it.
I've done that before too, so I'm not even going to criticize that.
Yeah, I mean, you never know. Your styles change.
And I have done it before and gotten halfway through and went, yeah, no, it's no better, and just turned it off and walked away. But at least I could say I tried.
I know we're off topic so bad. We apologize. We do this sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
A movie I loved as a child was called The Buttercream Gang.
I don't know that one.
Buttercream Gang. It was a kids movie. And so I tried to watch it the other day. It is the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. Like the kid in it, he's the bad kid or whatever that this little kid's trying to make his friend.
Uh-huh.
And the worst thing he does is bust a bottle on a train track. And I'm like, I was like,
he wasn't that bad.
or something. I'm like, stole a piece of bubble gum.
That's what was in the 90s. They did a reinvention of the series Dark Shadows from the 60s.
Yeah.
Okay. I remember when that series came out, TBS or TNT decided to do to re-release the original series. I can remember watching reruns of it in the mid 70s at my grandmother's.
Yeah.
Because some channel, we had 4, but one of the channels would play that reruns of it. And I think it was such a good series. There were vampires, there were witches, there were all the things that you didn't see a lot on TV back then, especially. Well, when they re-released it in the 90s leading up to this remake, that was horrible. Oh my God. The effects, and it was terrible. Yeah. I'm like, this was way before CGI, and it was still terrible.
Are you talking about the Vince Vaughn one, Larry? Larry said the movie Psycho was a good remake.
I haven't seen. Hey, Larry, I don't know that I've seen the remake of Psycho.
I kind of like the one with Vince Vaughn.
I don't like Vince Vaughn, so I don't know if I'd like that or not.
I liked
the closest I've ever come to liking Vince Vaughn was Fred Claus, and I'm not a huge fan of it.
Oh yeah, I like Vince Vaughn to a point.
Yeah.
But anyway, getting back on track a little bit. The Black Dragon. Have you ever heard that? Have you ever
I
heard
have
that?
not. I have not.
Yeah. Oh, he's talking about the Bates Motel, I think, the series remake. It was good. It had that kid that plays
Okay.
in the doctor in it.
No, I have not seen that, but I will check it out because I need something to watch.
The kid that plays in the Good Doctor,
Uh-huh.
he plays Norman Bates in it.
Okay, cool. Because
And
isn't he like autistic in The Good Doctor?
yeah, I
Yeah.
think kind of is in Bates Motel. And
Mhm.
the lady from the Conjure movies that played Lorraine, she's his
Uh-huh.
mother
Okay.
in it.
Cool.
Let's see. So the Black Dragon, the river
Mhm.
that bites back. There's a river in China named after something people swear is real, the Black Dragon River. In Chinese, it's called the Heilongjiang.
Good job. Good job.
Yeah, literally Black Dragon River. And the name didn't come from imagination, it came from fear. For centuries, locals have told stories of something massive living beneath the water. A dragon, not the noble sky dwelling kind, but something darker, something territorial. Floods would come suddenly, boats would vanish, storms would roll in without warning, like something beneath the surface was moving. And then in the early 1900s, people claimed they found a body, something long, scaled, rotting on the shore. Officials dismissed it, but witnesses didn't forget. Rivers shaped the land, fed the people, give life, but this one has a name, and sometimes it reminds people why. Dun dun dun.
Ooh, I like it.
That's a good one.
Yeah,
There was
that
a
is.
bunch of them about dragons. There's so many about dragons over there.
Mhm. That and snakes. Because there was one, it was the legend of the white snake. So, by the mist covered waters of Westlake, there's a love story that refuses to die, even though it probably should. So, the white snake is a powerful spirit who takes the form of a beautiful woman, living among humans and falling deeply in love with a mortal man. For a time, their life is peaceful, almost ordinary, until a monk discovers her true nature. To him, she is not a lover, but a demon, something unnatural that must be destroyed. What follows is a tale of devotion and tragedy where love is tested against fear and the line between monster and human begins to blur. Because in this story, the question lingers: is the real danger the creature who loved too deeply or the humans who feared her for it? So
Scurry.
I should have picked a different one to read because that really left you hanging.
Larry, if you're talking about the remake in the 90s, that was Vince Vaughn. Yeah, so that's the one I was originally talking about. But yeah, let's see. I want to save some of these for when Steven's able to hop on.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's, we've gone off track several times. So, I mean, as long as we keep doing that, we'll be good.
Let's see.
We're doing really good.
I could literally talk about movies all night, though, which is why on April 20th, I'm dropping Till Death Do We Watch. What up, Wicked? Wicked. Let's see.
Wow. That version I might watch of Psycho because Vince Vaughn aside, it also has Anne Heche, Julianne Moore, and Viggo Mortensen.
Yeah, it's a good one. It is a good remake. It's
So
really good.
I would probably watch that.
Friday night, lazy time. I agree, brother.
Hey, Kinder. So, okay. Hang on. I was seeing what else. Give me some remakes besides that one because I know there's more than one.
Oh my god! I'll tell you what I wish they would remake, but I'm scared if they remade it. Is sometimes they come back. You remember that movie?
I did. That was a damn good movie.
Yeah.
That was a damn good book. Okay, Stephen King books suck as movies as a general rule, but his short stories are phenomenal. And that was one of his short stories.
Yeah. That's a really good movie. I wish they'd remake that, but I'm scared if they remake it at the same time because instead of the bad guys in it being from like 50s greasers, they'll probably be like 90 stoners or something.
Yeah, you're probably right. You are probably right. But yeah, that was a really good cast.
Hey, Crystal.
Hey, Crystal.
Well, that's a good movie.
Yes, it was.
We're talking
Yes,
about
it was.
movies in China. If you're
Movies in China. That's right.
movies
That's
and
exactly. Yep. Yeah, we're not talking about Chinese movies. We don't have that kind of time.
we could.
Mhm.
But there's a really good movie. I don't remember. I think it's Japanese. It's called Versus. Have you ever heard of that?
I have not.
Versus. It's a reincarnation tale, but there's sword fights in it. It's really awesome.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So verses like two verses or versus like universes?
Just versus VS.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, VS. Okay. See,
Like-
that's good. I'm glad I asked because
Yeah,
I'm sitting here trying to figure out how to spell that bad boy out.
If you guys haven't watched that, you should watch that. You got to read subtitles though.
Yep. Kinder, I'm going to tell you, Stephen King is one of my, I have a love-hate relationship with him. I love his books. But he drives me crazy like no other writer does because he's one of the few that I cannot figure out what's going to happen next, which is good. That means he's damn good at what he does. But I mean, when I was reading The Stand, normally last year I read 268 books.
I read a half page.
To be fair, last year I listened to 268 books, but I'm an avid reader. And usually if I start a book today, if I'm not working, I can be done with it by tonight or first thing in the morning, depending on the size. It takes me days to weeks to read a Stephen King book. I mean, I'm sitting there reading and he switches everything away down and I just throw it across the room. You asshole. Then a day later, I go pick it back up. So, yes, you do have to separate the author from the book. I try really hard to do that. I try very hard to separate artists from their work because otherwise there's a lot of music I wouldn't listen to. There are a lot of movies I would not watch.
Yeah, I still watch Tom Hanks movies.
Mm-hmm. You know, and like I said, I mean, it's the same. Now, there are a couple that I can't separate and never will. You know, they're just whatever. But I do kind of look at it like with music and with movies, it's not just the one person generally. There are other people that also make the movie or make the music and everything. So I try to at least be fair. Just because one of them is an asshole doesn't mean they all have to be punished. And sometimes even an asshole puts out a good song.
That's true. Yeah.
I hate it. I would love to be a purist that never listened to anything or watched anything with crappy people involved, but then I wouldn't be able to watch, read, or listen to anything. So
unless
it's Jared Leto.
I agree.
You know, you know, I don't know. I just don't know about Mr. Leto.
Oh,
he still looks like Jesus Christ most of the time.
I wonder if he's still got his cult going or what happened with that.
I don't know.
That got just side missions a lot, I think.
Okay. Do you want to know what movie I want them to remake? And I hate to say this out loud because I absolutely love this movie, but I would love to see what they could do with today's technology. Did you ever watch the movie The Nightbreed?
Yeah.
Early 90s. I love that movie. But just the characters and stuff, I would love to see what they could do with today's technology.
That's a good movie.
Yes. If they could do it without destroying the story.
That's my biggest fear with anything because they're always going to try to make it darker and grittier than what it was back then. And like, it don't need that. It was fun.
Yeah. And that one had enough darkness and grit. Yeah. You know, I mean, it, like I said, it had that make you duck your head thing, you know. I mean, guy sitting there skinning himself so that they can't find him and stuff, you know. Yeah, that was good.
Rated R Gremlins would be a good one.
Yes. Yes.
I'm not watching Gremlins in probably 20 years.
Watch it. No, me either. Is it a Christmas movie?
I consider it a Christmas
Yeah,
movie.
me too. Me too. I do like my Christmas movies a little darker. You know, I prefer a gremlin over an elf any
Yeah,
day, all day.
yeah, yeah.
So that's just my opinion. If you're an elf fan, more power to you. My husband watches it 27 times every flipping year.
I've
I
got
don't.
a. Let's see.
What you got?
Let's see. Stranger Things and is a modern. Yeah, it is a modern Goonies. Let's do a folk tale just so that we can say when Tully says, "Did you even talk about China?" We'll get back to movies. There's an old belief in parts of China that the dead don't always leave quietly. Sometimes they stay, and sometimes they're given what they were denied in life, even if it means taking it from the living. The story goes that a young scholar traveling far from home was offered lodging by a quiet family. They were kind, welcoming, but there was something, let's say, heavy in there, something unspoken. That night, they made him an offer. Their daughter had died before she could be married, and in their grief, they asked him to take part in a ceremony. And it's a symbolic marriage, they said, just tradition, just to give her peace. He hesitated, but out of respect, he agreed. The ceremony was simple: candles, incense, a red bridal veil, and a bride who never spoke, her face hidden, her movements slow, deliberate, cold. But then he told himself it was grief. That's just a ritual, just something to ease the family's pain until the night when he woke and realized he wasn't alone. She was sitting beside him, still in the veil, still silent, but closer now, too close. And when she finally lifted the fabric, there was no warmth in her face, no life behind her eyes, just something empty, something that had been waiting for this moment because it was never symbolic. It was never just tradition. The marriage was real. And now, so was she. By the morning, the family was gone, the house empty, like no one had ever lived there at all, except for him and the thing that now followed him as his bride. That's a cool little story from over there. It's a
It
folk tale.
is. But here's the thing: is it? I wonder how much these two are associated. Because have you heard of the ghost marriages
Nuh-uh.
that take place in China? So there are parts of China. There's an old belief that dying unmarried isn't just sad, but it's unsettling, and a soul without a partner is thought to be incomplete and restless, in some cases capable of bringing misfortune to the living. So families found a solution that feels both compassionate and maybe a little bit weird. Uh, if life didn't provide a spouse, then death would. It's called Ming Hun, or ghost marriage. It's a ritual where a deceased person is given a partner, sometimes another deceased individual, and sometimes, more disturbingly, it's somebody that's still alive. So you've got the wedding, and one or both of the participants are no longer with us. It's usually a very traditional looking affair. Red decorations, incense burning, offerings laid out carefully, the ancestral tablets or papers standing in the place of the bride and groom. Sometimes they use photographs, but in older traditions, they'll even use the bones or the remains of the dead. But said it's not about romance, it's about balance, because families believe that pairing the dead ensures that their spirit is settled, giving them companionship in the afterlife and preventing them from returning as a wandering or vengeful presence. It's not about love, it's more about keeping the peace between the worlds. So then it kind of gets a little bit unsettling, said, because there have been some accounts, both historical and more modern, where a living person is married to the deceased partner. Sometimes it's symbolic, performed to honor like a fiance who passed away before the wedding could take place. But sometimes it's arranged by families in order to fulfill obligations or to quiet what they believe is the restless spirit demanding a spouse. So the living participant may never live as traditional spouse afterwards, so they have to carry the title and the connection to this dead person. So there's no divorce here. This is literally until death do you part. So Then it gets a little bit darker. In recent decades, reports have surfaced of a black market for corpses tied to ghost marriage practices. Families searching for a suitable bride for a deceased son have, in some cases, paid large sums for female remains. This demand has led to grave robbing and even murder. So, authorities in China have cracked down on the practice, but the fact that they even existed is kind of creepy.
That is
So, at its core, ghost marriage is about something deeply human, the fear of being alone, even after death. And it's really a big cultural thing because in China, family and lineage is a big thing. I mean, that's their thing. And sometimes, like I said, it's more out of fear than anything else, for the bad luck and the imbalance and all that stuff.
mm,
So, you know, I guess if you wanted to be one of those people who didn't want to be given away in marriage to some asshole, you could agree to a ghost marriage and then you're set.
ah. Hi, Mandy. Mandy's in the
Hey,
comments there.
Mandy, how are you? See, you should have jumped on and talked about China with us.
She's being nosy. But that the ghost marriage thing, that's really, I don't know. I wonder what would spark that kind of tradition. That's kind of weird. Huh.
And like I said, maybe it started with something as simple as, a fiance or something dying before and then thinking that the ghost had come back to haunt them. Because a lot of times, they, in some cultures, spirits come back because, something isn't fulfilled or they didn't do something they were supposed to do. So
I
who
know I forgot
knows?
to do something. I forgot to turn
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that too.
boots.
My bad. My bad. So,
but but yeah, I mean, that, that kind of makes sense, I guess. Like, it probably started off as like somebody that was supposed to get married, and like you said, their fiance passed away or something. They're like, "Well, we're still getting you off. I'm getting you married," or something.
mhm, exactly. And especially, I could imagine in a time where there were like dowries and stuff that went with marriages,
Oh yeah, yeah.
So, I mean, I'm not giving up my 3 mules. I'm still going to marry her and you're
Yeah.
going to give me what you promised me.
I still want that goat and that pig.
That's right. There you go. That's exactly right.
We
So,
had a deal, man.
uh,
Have you heard of the Huli Jing? Huli Jing.
are those the foxes?
Uh-huh. You ever get that feeling you're being watched? Not followed, not hunted, just observed?
Yep.
Well, in Chinese folklore, the Huli Jing doesn't always come to you. Sometimes it's already there. It's a fox spirit. As fox spirits are known for their ability to blend into human life, to become neighbors, strangers, friends, and sometimes something more. But they don't always start with deception. Sometimes they just watch, learn, adapt. There are stories of travelers entering a village only to realize later no one else remembers the woman they spoke to. No one saw her. No one knew her name, but she knew theirs. They sure did. Because the Huli Jing doesn't just imitate people; it studies them closely enough to replace them. So if you ever meet someone who seems to understand you a little too well, you might want to ask yourself, how long have they been watching? Do, do, do. I lost audio, so you're gonna have to roll for a second. Still no audio. If anybody can respond in the chat, can anybody hear audio? Can anybody hear any audio right now? All right, I can't hear anything, so I'm gonna back out again.
Okay, how about that? Can you hear me? Okay, so my dumb ass just read an entire story about hungry ghosts on mute.
Yeah, and this whole time I thought it was me. So I've been sitting here like,
The
what?
dog started howling when you were on a while ago, and I'm like, damn it.
Because my audio has been screwing up.
Okay, I'm not reading all that again, and that was a damn good story. Maybe I'll get Tully to include it in his Cosmic Crumbs this week.
You guys joshed us. You didn't let us know who you could hear.
All right, everybody. So, see, we should have just kept on talking about damn movies. All right. I was going to say this one for when Stephen was here. His son actually had something going on tonight. So he did say that he might be late.
Yeah.
So
He might not be able to make it, which is cool.
That's cool. That's right. I owe him and you a few covers.
Tully owes us more than anything.
So, well, I need to tell him when I talk to him is he doesn't get to take a vacation this year. Normally in the summertime, he takes multiple vacations and we allow it, but he's kind of taken them all in the last month. Says the person who's been here once in the last month. But
me and Steven's been holding fort up.
Y'all have.
Down, up.
Holding down the fort.
Email WITF@gmx.com. Is it holding down or holding up?
All right. The Yeren, China's wild man.
Oh, yeah.
So deep within the dense forest of the Shinojia region, there are stories of something watching from just beyond the trees. The Yeren, often called China's wild man, is described as a large human-like creature covered in reddish hair, moving silently through terrain few dare to explore. Footprints have been found, their hair samples collected, witnesses, some credible, some not, describe encounters that leave them shaken, certain they were not alone. Unlike other cryptids, the Yeren is not always portrayed as hostile, but it is undeniably aware. And perhaps that's what unsettles people the most, the feeling that something ancient and intelligent is out there, choosing not to be found.
Maybe. Now the cool thing with the Yeren is this one is more than likely one of the realest of the cryptids from over there that, when it comes to the cryptids over in China, a lot of them seem like fantasy. Because dragons have been pushed into fantasy, even though they were probably more real than what we really think.
Oh yeah.
But the Yeren, there's hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds of sightings of that.
Yep.
By groups of people all over the place over there.
Mm-hmm.
So, and if Bigfoot was going to survive anywhere, I would think it would be, somewhere in Asia, more likely.
Yes, absolutely. Because there's so much over there that's unexplored. Mm-hmm. There are vast forests and stuff that are pristine. You know, people just don't go there. So what could be hiding there?
But I can't get over that whole ordeal right then. That was like a 10-minute thing of me going, what the hell's going on with
I'm
this
so sorry. Shit.
When Robin came on here, it was shorting out every 3 minutes. Every 3 minutes on the queue, it just stopped working. And
I was just seeing if y'all were paying attention. And like I said, I happened to glance over and saw where Landa said, you know, hey, are we having a
ASL show.
yeah.
But
And it was spinning through, so I didn't see the rest of the can't hear you until
I thought they were talking about me.
but I can hear you, Cecil.
Damn, what the hell?
Shoot. Okay, don't forget to like and subscribe if this is the first time you've joined us.
Like and subscribe.
Yes.
Uh,
So do you want to know something else that I think is really cool about China?
Yeah.
They have got some of the most surreal underground ecosystems on the planet.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you know, we talk about some off the wall stuff, and I've always held, you know, we've discussed this more than once. I can't get behind flat earth because I really feel like a cat would have knocked something off the edge. But hollow earth, I firmly believe is a real thing because of some of the massive ecosystems that are underground in this world.
Yeah.
Or some of the cave systems just is like up around you all. I mean, that is one of the biggest cave systems in the world, and they don't even know where it ends.
No.
So
Yeah, Short Creek is right down the road, and it comes out of one cave and into another cave.
Mm-hmm.
That's the reason they call it Short Creek, because it's really short creek.
Yeah.
But they don't, to my knowledge, they don't know where the water goes. Like they've done the dye test and the ball test and all that crap.
Yep.
So.
Yep.
Really
They've done that at the underground sea up in Tennessee. The same thing. I mean, you know, it's got fish that are blind because they've been in the dark for forever, and they can't find where that one ends and everything. And like I said, you know, you know it's got to be somewhere. So when I get occasionally something that comes across my feed about these caves and ecosystems over in China, I mean, there are forests in underground caves, you know, and that's just absolutely amazing to me. You know, they have their own climates, strange life forms that aren't anywhere else in the world. And like I said, it's been like that for, you know, millions of years. I mean, so who's to say what all is in some of these things? And, you know, when you start looking at a place like China, you know, like I said, we've done the research here and can't find the end of caves. Places over there, people aren't allowed to go. So what are the, you know, what's being hidden?
Exactly. I want to show you these pictures that I took at Short Creek, because there's one part of it where you can walk down into the cave.
Mm-hmm.
It's wild. It's actually neat. Let me bring it over here so I can share it.
Yay.
I think I might have did a video on it on Folk and Weird when we was doing that stuff, but right here, like that's where the water comes in, right through here, and over here, you hear it just turn into rapids.
Uh-huh.
I've never seen what's over there, and I'm afraid to walk over there. So
I think you need to get floodlights.
Yeah, but it's really cool. It's real chill, you know. You never know when it's gonna fall in on you. Oh, let's see.
I recently saw, and I wish I'd have kept it, but there were these 3 like giant, it looks like stone whales in the middle of a giant forest that you can only see them from the air.
Okay.
And it seems like those were in China.
The biggest underground, the biggest cave ecosystem they found, the one that I know of, the one that has its own weather patterns and everything like that, is in Vietnam, isn't it?
Yes, there is one in Vietnam. Yep.
That would be
Yep.
so surreal because the tells of it is like it's like going into a different world,
Yeah. Hmm.
which could be the origin stories for some of these inner Earth
Yep.
tales. You know what I mean? Like,
Yep.
uh,
Oh, that's the one that the big one in China is the Karst region, and it's actually a World Heritage Foundation site,
mm,
and it's got an entire ecosystem on the inside. I mean, and it looks like just a big sinkhole from the air, and they refer to these because they've got them all over China. They call them heavenly pits. So,
ooh,
but sometimes they're hundreds of feet deep and you'll find forests and they're completely cut off from everything. It's almost like a natural terrarium,
mm,
you know. And like I said, they found, unique plants and animals in them and said, and the thing about it is it's super quiet because there's nobody around. And that's how they found a lot of the ones in China is just a plane happened to be going over and going, what the hell is that big hole down there? And then, somebody would go in and looked at it.
it makes me want to build a house right in the middle of it and tell people
Yes,
not to come around.
that's right. Do not come. You can't. It's
My
against the
welcome,
rules.
my welcome mat says not welcome.
Uh-huh.
Go away.
That's
Uh,
right. Let's see. Well, I've got to find that now. I wish I'd have kept the damn picture.
let's
Oh,
see.
I'm sorry, this was in Thailand.
Thailand.
Thailand's got some cool stuff too, but 75 million year old stone leviathans that look like they're floating in a sea of trees.
Mm,
Let me see.
that'd be
Share,
fun.
share, share.
Enhance. Oh, what in the world?
Uh-huh. Let me get them. Let me get them bigger.
Enhance. That does look like a whale.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
crazy.
oh yeah, a little mouth.
Uh-huh.
Here. Well.
I mean, so yeah, Hin Sam Wan or Three Whale Rock is a natural formation in Thailand, and it looks like a family of whales.
I believe it was whales.
Why couldn't it have been?
Yes. Or
You know,
long, or it was a huge eels.
hmm
Eels.
I don't want it to be eels though. Eels they freak me out just a little bit.
I heard they have electricity in them.
Some of them do. Some of them do.
Now,
So
I've never been able to pronounce this one correctly, but this is like tied into folklore and cryptid and things like that. It's the Ao or Ao. Ao.
Ayo,
Yeah.
ayo. There was a show called OA.
So the tale goes long before modern maps, before borders, before names, Chinese mythology spoke of something ancient, something massive, a turtle called Oh.
It's a
Oh
turtle.
was yep. Oh wasn't very big. It was unimaginable. It wasn't very big, just
Mhm.
big. I mean, it was huge, so large that when the sky itself broke, a goddess severed its legs and used them as pillars to hold the heavens up.
Huh.
Think about that. That's crazy. Not killed for food, not hunted, used it like a structure. Some
Yeah.
versions still exist, not dead, not gone, but that it's just beneath the ocean, older than storms, older than continents, moving slowly enough that we mistake it for stillness. And we like to think the ground beneath us is solid, unmoving, and safe, but somewhere far below there might be something ancient still holding everything together.
Huh.
That's like the earth on the back of a turtle
Yes.
tail.
Yes, that's cool. I did not realize it came from Chinese culture.
I mean, it could come from several cultures.
Right.
That's the thing that you start running into when you start looking into all this stuff. Stories and folklore like this traverse oceans. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
it's everywhere. Like there's similarities in everything, which is why I firmly believe that ancient empire of Tartaria or one similar to it was real
Yeah.
because the folklore's traveled so far.
Well, and that's the thing. You either have to believe that everything, there was a culture or a society that was able to traverse the world
Mm-hmm.
to move these stories around, or every bit of it has to be true because there's no way all these different cultures could have made it up.
Nope.
Not be similar. I mean, like I said, I'm not going to see Bigfoot here and see Yeti in the Himalayas and the one in China and them be that much alike if we either did not have communication that we don't currently have,
Yeah.
or if they did not exist, or both.
Yeah.
I'm more
And
apt to believe both.
and it's really hard to believe that it'd be cast with smoke signals or something. You know what I mean? Like people's like, well, it's word of mouth. Well, how did word of mouth travel oceans back then if we didn't know that there was a world past that continent? You know?
Exactly. Because to say that all of mankind started in one little place in Africa and in 10,000 years, this is where we're at.
Yeah.
But for too many of these places were developing simultaneously. The science is there to say, okay, there was culture in South America at the same time there was culture in Egypt and there was culture in Europe. So if it all started in one place, how did that happen?
Yeah.
I don't think the land bridge and people walking 15,000 years ago is going to lead to everything that we have throughout history.
Hmm.
Just my opinion.
I agree. I agree. 100%. And have you ever heard the Fing Du? Was that the story you told?
The one that I was talking about was,
When you was on mute?
yes, when I was on mute, was all about the hungry ghosts.
Okay. So the Fing Du is the city of the dead.
Okay.
Uh,
Nope.
there's a place in China where people say the afterlife isn't a belief, it's a location. It's called Fing Du, the ghost city, a place built that resembles the Chinese underworld, complete with trials, punishments, and judgment. Statues like statues line the paths, demons, judges, twisted figures frozen in mid sentence. Visitors walk through it during the day, take photos, laugh, but some say it feels different at night. Just a little different. There are reports, quiet ones at that, of footsteps echoing when no one is walking, whispers in empty corridors, cold spots that don't match the air, and a feeling like you're not visiting the dead, but being evaluated by them. Fingdu was built to represent the afterlife, a symbolic place, a warning, but sometimes places meant to imitate something get a little too close to what it really is. Do do do. I should have got pictures of that, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm lazy.
That's okay. Oh, that's still cool though. I like that. So the ping,
The
the
ping.
the ping. So it's a bird, but it is so large that the sky itself has to adjust when it moves.
Ooh.
So the story comes from the ancient Taoist text Zungazi, and I'm sure I butchered that. And it doesn't start in the sky at all. It begins in the ocean with a creature called the coon. The coon is described as a fish of unimaginable size, not just big, but totally unfathomable. And the kind of size that doesn't make sense to the human mind. There are just no measurements. And then it starts to change. At some point, no one really says when or why, the coon transforms into the ping. Not gradually or logically, it just boom, there it is. It's a bird whose wings stretch for thousands of miles. A being that rises from the ocean depths, ascends into the sky, crossing vast distances in a single journey. When it takes flight, the air itself is displaced, wind churns, clouds scatter, It doesn't just move through the sky, it reshapes it.
Ooh.
So the ping doesn't migrate like ordinary birds. It travels between realms, from the southern ocean to the northern heavens, on a path so long that it takes what feels like an entire season for the world to complete. And here's where it kind of gets a little bit unsettling. Smaller creatures, cicadas, doves, mock the ping. They can't comprehend it. To them, a short hop from branch to branch is the entirety of their existence. And the idea of something traveling that far and high feels impossible, so they dismiss it. And said, the ping doesn't argue or explain, it simply continues its journey. And on the surface, it's often interpreted as a symbol of transformation, of limitless potential, of rising beyond constraint, a reminder that perspective defines reality. But if you step outside the philosophy for just a moment and look at it like a story, it becomes something else. It's a creature that exists in two extremes, the deepest ocean and the highest sky, a being that changes form without explanation, and a presence so large it alters the environment just by existing.
That's a big old bird.
Yes, it is. Because when I first found it, I was going to think it was going to be something like the phoenix, or not the phoenix, but the thunderbird.
Yeah.
But
Is he bigger than that? I wonder. I like to ride the back of a big old bird one time, or dragon,
or that winged horse on Harry Potter. I'd ride that hippogriff.
I've played that game so much I should know the name of that, because that's your primary. That's why I use it as my primary ride. But
Okay.
I forgot. I've watched the movies too, but I've only watched them all once.
Mm-hmm.
So I need to rewatch those.
I've probably only sat down and watched each one of them from beginning to end once, but I've caught bits and pieces of all of them over time. Hi, Frank.
What do, Frank?
So there is also, where's it at? The Baxian Guo High creatures, the beasts of the immortals. So in the legend of the 8 immortals crossing the sea, it's not just gods and magic that stir beneath the waves. There are things watching. Some versions of the story speak of strange sea creatures rising to challenge or observe the immortals as they pass, being older than the stories themselves. They aren't always described in detail, which somehow makes them worse. Shapes beneath the water, movements just out of sight, the sense that the ocean, vast and unknowable, is not empty, but inhabited by things that we don't have the names to. And there are some crazy things down there.
Yeah, I agree. Frank, since you're here, I'm going to do another merchandise plug. Because I'm interested in this. Tolly has put well, it won't let me add the stage. Oh no.
What did you? There we go.
There we go. Tolly has put his thong on here for $100 if you're interested in getting one. So you can go ahead and go to Wearing the Folk at myspreadshop.com and get you a nice little. He calls it a fanny pack, but I consider it as thong.
He really did price that bitch at $100.
$100. He told me he was going to do it, and I was like, "You're insane." But there it is.
I just thought I couldn't see it, and I'm like, yeah, he's just throwing a number out there.
No, it's $100 fanny pack. But we got all kinds of stuff. But anyway.
Oh my God.
$100 fanny pack. I mean, you can put all kinds of cool shit in there, That's a good deal, I think.
Yes. I mean,
and it's not even leather. You don't even have to worry about getting your belly sweaty or nothing.
No chafing, huh?
Yeah, it's a breathable fanny pack.
Oh my God. I would ride the Thestral too, Landa.
But anyway. Let's see a good ghost story. I've got a couple here. Good ghost stories from China. This one's called The Bride Who Knocked. There are stories of spirits who wander and others who come looking. One night, a man heard a knock at his door, soft, deliberate. He opened it and found a woman standing there, dressed in red, a bridal veil covering her face. She said, I have nowhere to go, that her wedding had gone horribly wrong and that she needed shelter. Something about her felt a little off, but he couldn't turn her away. So he let her in. He offered her something to eat. She didn't eat. He tried to get her to talk. She didn't speak much. She just sat quietly, waiting. And every so often, she would turn her head toward him, like she was checking something, measuring. He tried to sleep, but sometime in the night, he woke up again. The same feeling. Not alone. He looked toward the door, and she was there, standing, closer than before. The veil slightly lifted, just enough to see that there was nothing underneath. No face, no eyes, just darkness. The next morning, the house was empty. The man was gone, but the door, it was wide open. And neighbors say sometimes late at night, you can still hear that knock. That's a good scary story. I like that one. It's a
I
fun.
do too. I do too. Crazy.
I got chills.
You know, and that's another thing that. Okay, hold on. That's not what I wanted.
Oh, I'm completely out of stuff now. I got a couple ghost stories.
Well, no, I was looking for something else, and I just totally went the wrong way. So let it keep thinking a minute. Okay.
Right.
I want to find some. There's a true crime thing that I'm thinking, and I can't remember what the hell it was now.
There's all kinds of true crime stories from China. We can start with government. I
guess a very specific one I was trying to think of, but yes, there are plenty of them. I mean, Hello Kitty murder.
Oh, I don't know anything about that.
Yes, in 99 in Hong Kong, a case emerged that was so disturbing it blurred the lines between crime and nightmare. A young woman named Fan Man Yi was abducted and held captive in a small apartment. Over the weeks, she endured unimaginable abuse at the hand of her captors. But it wasn't just a crime itself that shook people, it was what came after. When authorities finally uncovered the truth, her remains were discovered hidden inside a Hello Kitty doll.
Uh-huh.
The case horrified the public, not just because of the brutality, but because of its surreal, almost unreal details. It felt less like something that could happen and more like something that shouldn't exist at all. So, yeah.
That's wild. So somebody, like, was she dismembered or just?
Yeah. They, I guess, like stuffed pieces.
Huh.
Yeah.
Should it be a tribute? Maybe she liked Hello Kitty?
Well,
I like fried chicken, and when I pass away, I like for people to fry me up and serve me at the wake.
Well, see, and here's my thing. Okay, in my deepest heart of hearts, okay, this is going to sound terrible, but I can understand a crime of passion and killing somebody. I mean, I have been angry enough that I think had the specific person I was that angry at been within arm's reach, it would have been hit or miss. I know this about myself. Claustrophobia has probably kept me from taking that step once or twice because the thought of being locked into a little bitty cell is really not something I want to think about.
Yeah.
But frosted, you're not right. I mean, there's nothing okay about it.
That's true. That is true. Oh. But we got about 16 minutes left, and I'm completely out of material. Honestly, I've got some ghost stories, but I don't feel like reading them.
Well, here's another one. In 2013, a young woman named Ping Jirua entered an elevator in her apartment building. CCTV captured her stepping inside alone, the doors closed, and that's where the trail ended. She's never seen leaving the elevator. No footage exists of her exiting, no sign of forced entry, no evidence of what happened inside. They had searches, the building was investigated, nothing.
That's like
And
that girl at the Cecil Motel.
yeah,
That's weird, huh? I wonder how
Mhm.
that happened. Do you think she just slipped through a glitch?
I think that that's a very, very possible thing.
Hmm.
I mean, because the only other thing that could have possibly happened is going up. But if she had gone up, they would have had evidence of that.
She might still be stuck in the shaft somewhere.
Uh huh.
That'd be creepy. That'd be horrible.
Yeah. Would you want to get on that elevator after that?
Oh yeah.
And yes, that is a blessing of a phobia. I'm claustrophobic, so I can't kill anybody. I could, but they could put me in a padded cell with drugs.
Yeah. That's my retirement plan.
Yeah. As my dearest friends, if I ever go off the deep end, I need y'all to go to court and say, "Bitch was crazy." That way, I get the padded room and not the cell.
I'm just gonna steal a bunch of shit when I get to like 65 and be like, "Oh, I stole all the shit you got me."
Uh,
But I don't know. When it comes to China, there's a lot of tales and things of that nature over there, and there's a lot of great mysteries. We didn't get into the conspiracy aspects of China because I'm sure that'd get us taken down in a couple spots. So if you got anything else, I'm willing to listen.
you're
There,
willing to listen.
yeah, there's some there's some stories they have that kind of coalesce with Appalachian tales.
Hmm.
Which we talk about them so much for our area that I kind of don't even want to cover it. Like there's one that you don't respond to the whispers in the night, in the
Hmm.
wood. That's totally Appalachian. Um, so I don't know. I bled through my material. Well,
Yeah.
we could go back to what we want a
Okay.
remake to be.
Okay. In the comments, what is your one remake request?
Yeah,
If you could pick any movie or series you would like to see remade, what is it?
I know
Because-
Tully's is Italian Stallion.
Oh God. I'm going to be honest with you. Okay, so we've talked about the fact that there are movies that every damn person in the world has seen that I have not.
Yeah.
Because I have to be in the mood for something, and if it just happens to be there, I remember going to my brother's one day and walking through his bedroom, because you had to walk through his bedroom to get to the back porch. And I walked through and glanced down and saw just the spine of the movie The Italian Job. And do you know where my mind?
Italian Stallion.
I'm like, okay, I probably don't even want to know what that is, and just kept on walking. It was like a year later before I realized that was the movie it was.
Well, I know Tully's going to lie and say that he didn't say this, but he has mentioned that that movie should be remade before, but he doesn't want the cast to change. He just wants the same people that just now in it.
Oh God,
He's
are
wanting
they
Sylvester
alive?
Stallone now.
I was gonna say Stallone is alive, but is anybody else in that movie alive?
I get
Um,
there's so many that could potentially be good remakes, but man, when they do remakes, they kind of destroy them anymore, don't they?
they do. Absolutely, they do. Because, they, like I say, they want to go over the top with it. And I'm
Yeah.
okay with, all right, continuations, like Jumanji. If they had tried to just remake that, it would have been horrible.
Oh yeah.
But they just did a continuation, so it was okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it will never be the original, but
Mm.
I think that they respected it more by just saying, okay, now it's a different game with the same output.
A good thing, a good example of that, a really good one is Ghostbusters,
Mhm.
because they did both.
Yeah.
They tried to remake it and then they did continuations of it. I want to sit here and say I was not a fan of the remake at all.
You talking about the one with the women?
Yeah.
Okay. I did not hate it, and I'm going to tell you why. I went into it with no expectations of it being Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters, though.
I went into it with strictly, this is its own movie, and that's all it's ever going to be.
Yeah.
Now, of the entire franchise, it is my least favorite. But like I said, I really did not hate it. But now I loved the cast too.
Mm.
So
Mandy, we was watching it, and Mandy goes, "This ain't very good." Now
so
the continuations of it though, with
mhm,
that kid from Stranger Things and that
yes,
little girl, they're
yeah,
awesome. They're
they
good.
are, and I don't like him. And as an actor, after Stranger Things, I dislike that little shit with a passion.
That little thing.
But he is great in Ghostbusters. I mean, like I said, he did a really good job, but he will never be my favorite person just because. And it's kind of like, did you watch The Walking Dead?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Okay, I hated Lori. I
yeah.
hated her in the comics. I hated her in the book, in the show. I have seen her in other stuff since, and I hate her just as badly because of The
The Walk-
Walking Dead.
I
You
think that
know,
was the consensus. I think she was probably one of the most hated
no,
characters in there.
Kevin Smith loved her.
Really?
Yes, because they used to do Talking Dead, and I
Yeah.
was watching it one night, and he was on it, and that was one of the guy's questions. He says, "Okay, of everybody that's been killed off, who do you miss the most?" And Kevin Smith, I love Kevin Smith until this moment. He goes, "Lori." And
He
everybody at the thing turned around and looked at him like, "Who? What the fuck are you
had,
talking about?"
he had to be joking. He had to be joking.
Oh, no, he defended it. He
Uh,
defended it. And I'm like, "Oh my God, no, she was terrible." So like the actor that played her, like I said, I can't watch her in anything. Or I can, but I'm not going to like her. I have yet to watch anything that she's been in that I liked. Or that I
I
liked
watched The
her.
Walking Dead. I watched The
Huh?
Walking Dead too long. I think I watched
Mm,
it for too long. And, um, and we've watched
yes.
the spin. Uh,
I have not watched the spinoffs. I tried to do Fear the Walking Dead and I never could get past the second episode. And I tried multiple times.
I like the one with Norman Reedus. I haven't watched
Mhm,
like any new seasons. I watched the first season on
mhm.
France.
Yeah. I
Um,
haven't watched any of the spinoffs since Fear. And I quit watching it when the garbage people came along because
yeah,
they're not in the comics. And at that point, they were so far from the comics. And they were always not. Because I tell people when they say, "Oh, did you?" I'm like, the comics are way more raw, they are way more violent.
mm,
And if you, trigger warning, they're bad.
mm,
But they're so good. I mean, the comics are phenomenal. But that's like Carol in the comics is killed off at the prison.
yeah.
Carol did suicide by zombie. I mean, and she's an awesome character in the show.
Oh yeah, she's great.
I love her in the show. Same with Norman Reedus. His character doesn't exist
Yeah,
anywhere in the comics,
in the
but he
comic.
is a wonderful addition to it. But
I've been a
okay.
Norman Reedus fan though since Boondock Saints.
Oh hell yes, hell
And Boondock
yes.
Saints was the
Same.
shit.
Always been a fan. And he just that's and I know this is controversial. I'm a huge Blade fan. I love the Wesley Snipes
Yeah,
franchise. I
I
do.
like Blade.
And Norman Reedus in what was it, the second one that he was in?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, that's when he
yeah.
made an appearance. I think he was in the
Yes.
second and third, wasn't he?
Well, he was killed in one of them because he ended up being a traitor.
Yeah.
But he was so good in it.
Mhm.
I mean, he was just awesome. But anyway, so
You know,
movies that you.
did
um,
you know The Walking Dead is based in Kentucky, like starting off?
I don't know if I remember that or not.
Cynthiana, Kentucky. The original comic starts in Cynthiana. That's the home of The Walking Dead. And Robert Kirkman's from Richmond, which is about
Okay.
45 minutes from here.
Yeah, I like Kirkman. I'm not a huge comic person,
Mhm.
but I love the Walking Dead comics, and he had another one called, and I need to catch up on it. And it actually was a show on Showtime for several seasons called Outcast.
I've heard of that. I've not watched it.
It is so good. I was so upset when they canceled it. It's very much religiously based. I mean, it's got a priest, that's through the whole thing and everything, but the comic was fantastic.
If there's
Outs-
people out there that's not watched From though, that's
oh
coming back the
God.
19th. Season 4 is coming out the 19th.
Yeah. Yeah. I need to catch up on 3 because, in 3 is when they started doing it an episode at a time.
Yeah.
And that's the time of year I'm super busy. So I was waiting until they finished, and then I forgot until you just mentioned it. So I need to go back and watch season 3.
From is probably the best TV show out right now, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it is. It is
so good.
And I'm not a big horror fan, but that is so well done.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it really, because, okay, here's the thing. I don't like blood and guts horror for the sake of blood and guts.
Yeah.
I want creepy and thriller and make me think twice about going to sleep. And that's where From is. That's why I liked 13 Ghosts. I don't know whether other people did or not, but I like creepy, and From feels that creepiness. It's one of those things that I'm going to be in the bed with my nightlight on when I'm watching it. So, and yes, it is very good acting, Linda. I mean, the characters are amazing in that show.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's really
yes.
Good. It's really good.
Did you ever finish watching the season of It?
Yeah. Yeah, I watched it all.
I didn't watch but the first episode. Is it worth me watching the rest of it?
Welcome to Derry. It was okay. Yeah. It was
okay.
all right. It was okay.
All right. I got busy and just didn't get back around to watching the rest of it. So, and the first episode was cool. I just never got back to it. So
it's pretty good. I'll give it. Yeah, I give. I might even rewatch it one day. Like it's enough for at least another watch.
Mm-hmm.
I've watched From 4 times. Like,
right.
Trying to figure out what's going on.
That's because I try. Mo and I, we don't watch a lot of the same stuff, but when we finally do find something we will both sit and watch, it's cool because we can actually talk about it. Now he's not going to sit and watch From or Welcome to Derry. That's just not his type of movie. He's more of a Sons of Anarchy type person. Oh, I did too. I missed the whole first season because I only caught bits and pieces because that's the first thing he watched when he would get home. And then just from watching bits and pieces, I ended up sitting down watching the rest of it for him or with him.
I hope Kurt Sutter lives long enough to make the continuation of that with Jackson's boy, Abel.
My understanding is it's rumored right now.
Really?
I have heard that he is in talks about a continuation because the one that came after was okay.
Yeah,
Mayans, yeah, it was all right because it's the same. It's a lot of the same characters, that you've already met and everything. So it was pretty good. But it's never going to be Sons. That just it was awesome. All right, Constantine.
Good movie.
It's in my top 5. I would say honestly in my top 5. My understanding is they are currently making Constantine 2.
Really?
Yes, with Keanu Reeves.
I mean, looks the same.
Yeah. Yeah, he does. I don't know what the timeline is on it, but I actually saw him talking about it.
That'd be cool.
Late last year. Yes. And he said that was the only movie that he ever wanted to do a sequel to that had not been done.
That'd be fun.
Yep. But like I said,
I'm really stoked about a lot of stuff that's coming out. Going back to the 13 Ghosts, the internet got me because every came out. There's always been rumors that they're going to make a series out of it.
Mm-hmm.
And last year, it was releasing in August on Paramount Plus or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I waited and counted down the days because I've been waiting for that shit to come out since I seen 13 Ghosts, where it follows the story of each ghost. And it was a damn internet rumor. So if anybody's ever wins the lottery, please redo that series. Do that series because that'd be awesome.
That is a huge pet peeve of mine. I've gotten to where if I see something, a rumor on social media about whatever part 2 or I totally ignore it until I see something from someone that's actually involved. You know, when somebody that's actually, like I said, when I saw Keanu Reeves say that, yes, he was in talks about doing a Constantine 2 is the first time I went, okay, maybe, you know, you know, they're fixing to do an animated Firefly. And they have got the entire original cast except for Shepard because he's gone on board to do it. And they actually announced that at Comic-Con last month. So, you know, would I prefer something live action? Absolutely. Am I willing to settle for animated? Hell yes. Because I love
that'd be good.
Yep.
Some animated stuff's good. I mean, if they do it correctly. I watch cartoons.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I have no problem with cartoons. But as long as they're done well. But, you know, and that's a friend of mine and I were talking about it. And she's like, well, you know, I just don't know about the whole, you know, animated. I'm like, okay, first off, Alan Tudyk and Nathan Fillion are both phenomenal voice actors.
Oh, yeah.
So I think that even if the rest of them aren't, that the two of them could probably carry it really well, you know, so. But like I said, you know, and there, you know, there are going to be people who don't like it, but I'm willing to take it. You know, like I said, as long as it's well done, I am perfectly happy with animated. So, see, it's not just us, Cecil. Landa fell for it too.
Yeah, there's a remake out right now of a comedy, and after watching Breaking Bad, I'm kind of scared to watch it. They've remade. Well, yeah, they remade Malcolm in the Middle.
I saw that.
Yeah, with everybody grown up now. And I don't know if I want to watch it. I wasn't a huge fan of Malcolm in the Middle, but I did watch it.
My understanding is the boy who played the youngest one is not returning.
Yeah, he ain't. They recasted him.
Yep. I watched it a little bit. I've been told that I need to watch Breaking Bad.
Breaking Bad's awesome.
Yeah, and everybody I've ever talked to has said that. I have not watched it yet, though. Have you watched what's the name of that show? Banshee.
No.
That was a damn good series. And there's nothing supernatural, anything. I mean, the guy's a jewel thief, you know, but it was very well done. And it was one of those that I was looking for something to watch, and I threw on social media, okay, I need something to watch while I'm working, because when I start doing my busy time of the year, I'll have streaming on one of my screens and I'll be working on the other two. Yeah. And that's when I usually do catch up. I ran out of things to watch, and it messed me up because I could not work and watch it because it was too, you know, involved.
You gotta watch Shudder. You gotta have Shudder playing in the background.
Shudder the channel, or
yeah,
okay. Because Shudder the movie or the series is good too. That's another one that that's horror that they did very well. And even though it is all called Shudder, it's kind of like or is it Shudder? Maybe it's not Shudder. Okay, give me a minute. I gotta look it up because you'd love it. Let's see. Damn it. Okay, I'm gonna have to send it to you later because I cannot remember the name of this series, but it does like American Horror Story. Each season is its own standalone season. So like one of them was about Jack the Ripper.
Oh, that'd be fun. I think you know what you're talking about. Breaking Bad. You've not watched Breaking Bad at all?
Nope, not one series.
like Crystal said, it's a top 5 show for me because the character development in it is amazing, and the actors in it, of course, are great at what they're doing. Bryan Cranston, especially because he starts off as like a mild-mannered high school teacher, chemistry teacher, and by the end of it, he's a fucking maniac. And
Mhm.
Aaron Paul's character, Jesse, he starts off as, just a scumbag drug dealer, and toward the end of it, he's wanting to get out of life, and he develops into a decent person. So it's kind of like
Uh-huh.
a reverse.
And
It's
I
really,
love Bryan Cranston. He's I love him as an actor.
yeah,
So Slasher.
slasher.
Slasher, yes. And the last season that they had, season 5, was Ripper.
Yeah,
And it was loosely based on a Canadian version of Jack the Ripper.
yeah.
Awesome show.
I
Awesome
started
show.
that. I actually did start that, and I fell asleep because I started it late at
Mhm.
night. I need to go back to it, but yeah, you need to watch Breaking Bad. That's
Mhm.
it's a really good one. I hate, as much as you hate Lori, I hate Skylar the same. You can hate
Gotcha.
her when you start watching it.
Oh, yeah. There's always going to be somebody. I know my friend and I used to argue. She hated Jax's wife from Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah, Tara.
Yeah, Tara. She hated her. And when her final scene and everything, she totally, she's like, well, she deserved it because she did this and she did that. And I'm like, Gemma kind of pushed her to a lot of that. As a parent and a wife, I can see where she was coming from. Oh, that's bullshit. She deserved everything she got. We fought about it. She didn't speak to me for weeks over that. And I'm like, damn girl, it's a show. These aren't our friends or real people or anything. But some people get that deep into it. And like I said, I can get deeply involved, but at the end of the day, it's still just a damn TV show.
Yeah, in my opinion, I think Breaking Bad just edges slightly above Sons.
Uh-huh.
Like, I put them about right at the same on my ranking level, but Breaking
Yeah.
Bad just slightly beats them out, just a
Okay.
little, just a
Cool.
little.
Yep. Like I said, I've got it on my list of stuff I need to get watched because like I said, everybody, anytime I ever talk about I need to find something to watch. Oh, have you seen Breaking Bad?
Yeah, it's
Nope,
awesome.
I haven't, but it is on my list of stuff. As a matter of fact, I have it saved on Netflix or Prime to watch.
I think really both those shows are so good because
Mhm.
they ended properly.
Yeah,
You
that
know what I mean?
matters.
Yeah. Except they did do a movie for Breaking Bad afterwards, but for the story that it was following, it did end properly.
Mhm.
And the continuation was just like a little solid, like here's a
Oh,
little
yeah,
afterthought, little after kiss, little kiss
right.
goodnight.
Well, see, that's how I felt about Firefly.
Yeah.
The series is perfectly standalone. I mean, it is perfect just like it is. But when they came back with Serenity,
Yeah.
Like I said, now, was I pissed about some of it? Yes, I was. But I mean, they did a very good job of, finishing out the story with the movie and everything. So,
That's my hopes with From. I hope they wrap it up nice.
mm-hmm.
At this point, I don't know how they are going to. Like it's I'm pretty good with predicting endings of things.
Mm-hmm.
Just because I've watched so much shit.
Yep.
But this one, I don't want to spoil anything, but not for you, but the last season,
Mm-hmm.
the revelation that was at the end of it, I don't know how they could ever come up with a proper ending.
Mm-hmm.
I like to see it. I feel like it's going to be a lost ending, which is shit.
Yeah.
Which
See,
is
I never watched Lost because I had friends watching it before I got started, and they're like, "Oh my god, the fucking end!" And I'm like, "Not watching it." So I'm not going to waste 7, 8 seasons just for them to piss me off at the end. I was not happy with the Game of Thrones ending, but I think for what they had, where else are you going to? Because if you're waiting on him to finish it, you're just going to be waiting.
It was rushed too. Like it was a
Yes.
rushed ending, even though it took them 2 fucking years to do it.
Yeah.
We can get cheap viewers at Streamboo.
Oh, I will do some research on that.
But yeah, you need to get caught up on From
Uh-huh.
because the ending. Have you even heard what happened at the end?
No, I have not.
Okay, let's
Because
get.
the only people I know that watch it besides me are you two.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, okay, when does the new season come out?
The 19th in 9
19th.
days. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I will try to get on that this weekend.
It's really worth it, and it's going to leave you baffled though, because
Mhm.
it ties in a lot of stuff and it answers a few questions, but it's
Mhm.
still like, what the hell, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
what's going on?
Well,
Well, so
and they know how to keep you coming back.
yeah,
I mean, they do. So,
I can't
yes.
see it. I can't see it going past this season without jumping the shark, so to speak.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
Well, and sometimes as much as you hate to see something end, like I say, to end it well, they have to stop.
Well, now for TV series and stuff like that, it's good to stop it. I mean,
Mhm.
once the story's wrapped up, wrap it up, because now people will go back and rewatch it. If it was
Mhm.
good and it ended properly, like I've probably watched Breaking Bad. I've probably watched the series of Breaking Bad 8 times, probably.
Mhm.
Same with Sons,
Yep.
things like that.
Well,
But,
that and the ones that I really like or that Mo really likes, like he's a huge Deadwood fan.
oh yeah,
You
Deadwood
know,
was dope.
and like I said, I can watch them streaming all day, every day, but it's also sitting on that shelf over there. So when the shit hits the fan, all I need is a battery. And I've got three DVD players in a closet back there, just in case.
I literally do that. Series that I absolutely love. I buy them on DVD. I got them.
Absolutely. And like I said, why wouldn't you? Because
Yeah.
like I said, there are no guarantees. If they knock out the right satellite, we no longer have streaming.
Nope.
So,
And with the recent threat to cut the internet in the bottom of the ocean, I mean,
yeah.
that could happen because there's only one big wire under the ocean that carries all the internet. And I don't know where it's carrying it from or to. Is it carrying it from here to there or from there to here?
Okay, here's what I want to know. How the hell did we get internet cable on the bottom of the ocean when we can't even get submarines on the bottom of the ocean? Did they go through that shallow part?
I guess they just dropped it. They're like, this looks like a good spot. There we go.
Things that I think about at 2 a.m. when I can't sleep. So how the hell did they get all that wire down there? And what do they do if something, frazzles?
And don't forget, though, we get our internet from the sky, too. Not just from that big old cable that everybody's terrified they're going to cut.
Okay, now I got something else to think about at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Well, I don't understand that. Like, they're terrified that they're going to cut that tech cable. They really are. That's something that was in the news recently. It didn't last long because that would cause mass panic. Everybody's terrified they're going to lose their internet. If I didn't have internet, I would be distraught for days until I started watching these 1,300 movies and box sets.
Thank you. Do you know how many people give me hell about you still buy movies? Yes, I do. Every damn time. That's okay. When I get credits on Amazon, they are always going to be spent on movies.
Exactly. Yeah,
Every time. Yeah. So I'll go through. I've got a list of movies and TV shows. What do I want to buy today? Ooh, that looks good. That looks good. That's gone down $14 since I put it in my list.
You know who they is, Lando. We talk about they all the time.
there's a lot of them out there.
They're coming for our intranets.
I'll be honest with you. I agree with you because, like I said, I've got plenty to entertain me. Like I said, I've got, at last count, it was right at 700 movies / TV shows.
Yeah.
I've got 1,500 books on a shelf. That's not counting the tablets that I have books downloaded to. I've got tens of thousands of books there.
Yeah.
I would miss you all.
Yeah.
That would be my biggest problem because most of life's problems would go away if we didn't have all this crap.
I agree. We wouldn't have met each other. We wouldn't be talking every Friday and things like that. And people's like, what about the water? What about the water? I already go get 30 gallons of water a week in jugs. I'll be fine.
I have well water, so. you know, I
What
don't worry
about your
about them.
What about your electric? I got a generator. What about gas? I'll make gas.
I mean, here's the thing. If there's no gas, as long as I can get back home, it's not going to matter if I can get to work.
Yeah.
And depending on which scenario you fall into, I'm going to find plenty of empty cars with gas in them between here and there.
Oh yeah.
Because my goal is to leave here and start going north until I hit Cecil's cave.
Oh yeah. At this point, I don't think I'll leave this ridge.
Uh-huh.
There's a lot.
I've got assholes around me that we already feud, so I could just imagine when it came down to things like food. They've got tannerite, but I've got other stuff.
Yeah. There's a lot of like-minded people come to find out on this ridge right here, so I think I'll be all right here.
Well, hey, that matters. That matters. Like I said, at the very least, if I can get to my hometown, I'd be okay because we've got that same little thing. We've got a spot that nobody's on. It would be easy to defend if necessary.
Yeah.
But other than that, I'm still coming to see Cecil.
Come on up. More than welcome. Well, I think we should round up.
Yep.
We've been going on for about 30 minutes about TV and stuff, which is my forte anymore. That's what I like. I like movies. I like TV. I like stuff like that. I'm trying to, man, when we was doing the news, I was getting depressed a lot. So
yeah,
we might be getting back to the news at some point though, because I mean there was a lot of crazy stuff, but right now it's so crazy it don't even seem real at this point.
No. And I think everybody needs a break from it, and I think that's why we needed to step back from it.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the crazy shit in the world that we all believe in, instead of the crazy shit that's really going on.
Exactly. And don't forget, tomorrow night, 8:00, we're going to have either a guest or we're going to have a little watch party. We're going to watch some videos, and talk about them.
And Tully's face will be there.
Will he be here?
He says it was his idea, so
Ideal, he better be here.
He told me earlier, hey, I'm coming straight home this afternoon, and we're going to have to get on tomorrow night.
Okay, that sounds good. Sounds good. And don't forget, go buy your merchandise. You can go to linktree.com/wherein-the-folk and go up here to exclusive WITF merch. And you can get hats, get you a little satchel, all kinds of hats, get you a fanny pack for $100. That's the one that you should buy. Got the biggest profit margin, I imagine.
Oh, yeah.
You got shirts, you got a bumper sticker, you got all kinds of cool shirts.
I want to say my aunt. I saw my aunt last weekend, and it's so funny because I'm sure you've seen the same thing. People ask you, oh, what do you do? Well, I do this and I do that. And somebody else says, oh, and she does a podcast. You podcast? Yes, I do. What do you podcast about? Weird stuff. Send me the link. Okay. And I just let it drop there. I never hear from them again. Well, my mom's baby sister sent me a text last week and said, hey, where's that link you promised me? Like, okay. So I sent her one from the old Weird Awakenings. And I sent her one from, the newer stuff. And I told her, this is our older stuff. This is our newer stuff. And told her kind of what it was. Yeah. She is head over heels in love and going through the library.
Nice.
And I'm like,
wow. I'm stoked about that.
I figured I would have scared you off, to be perfectly honest. So
I've gotten to where I'm a walking billboard because I bought this sweet right here and I wear it everywhere.
Yep. Well, it's 100 degrees down here, so I am not wearing my my sweater, my sweatshirt right now. But I have worn my t-shirts to work.
In the summer, I wear a hoodie and ball shorts, and in the winter, I wear a hoodie and ball shorts and socks.
Okay, I'm going to be honest with you. I never wear a hoodie. I am the most
Really?
hot-natured person you will ever meet in your life, but I'm supporting us, so I own 2 hoodies. So, and the
Oh, snap.
upside is Mo will wear one when it gets cold.
Oh, snap. I didn't even know this. For the next
Oh,
3 days, you can get 15% off of everything. Redeem that sucker. Buy a
I did not
shitload of
know that
stuff.
either.
15% off.
Uh-huh.
Think
I'm
about
gonna
it like
have to go.
this. For every $100 you spend, you get 15 back.
There you go. That's an extra hat.
That's an extra hat for sure.
So cool. Yes, I'm gonna have to go because I was saying I need to go get Mo a bucket hat. So I need to do
And
that
let's
today.
and don't forget, go visit Cosmic Crumbs. That's Tully's weekly podcast that comes out Thursday at 7 p.m. Share recipes of foods you like, and you can share personal stories, whether they be ghost stories, glitches in the Matrix, anything like that you might have seen. And you can sign up for his mailing list here. He
And
wears
you
a
know,
hoodie and a
Lena,
thong in the summer.
he's now going to go to Chat GPT and make that happen for you.
Yeah, I'll send it to you.
Sorry for interrupting.
We got Linktree. Let's see, and don't forget between the notes. I know it's on a delay right now, but it is coming
Yes,
eventually.
it is coming. Yep. Yep.
And I closed the one now. I was wanting to push for the 20th of this month. As of right now, it's still scheduled.
Cool.
If I can get it up here. Joke. Till death do we watch. This will be a podcast where my wife and I will be reviewing movies. So the only place to watch this and the only thing to see us on will be YouTube. So feel free to go there and subscribe to that and get ready for that immaculate show. It's going to be 10 to 15-minute movie reviews.
And
Right now the
just
plan is the 20th.
okay, FYI, send me the link at some point over the next week or so, and I will promote it on all the Facebook stuffs.
Nice. But the plan is the 20th, April 20th. So we'll see.
Did you decide what the first movie's going to be?
Not yet. We have one already recorded that was originally going to be it. But we're having a struggle on what would be a proper April 20th horror movie. Evil Bong has came up, but that's kind of a cult classic. I'm trying to find something a little bit more risque. I'm having trouble finding it. So it might be
1,200 movies over there.
Yeah, but none of them are pothead horror movies though. So
I thought all 80s horror movies were pothead horror movies.
Fair enough.
That's how I watched most of them in the 80s.
I thought about Redneck Zombies because that's basically these guys when there's one kid in it that's tripping out the whole time. He ate some shrooms and he's running around with a shoe. He's like, I need to find who owns this shoe. And he's running around with a shoe, and at the end, it turns out it was a liver.
Oh,
so, have you ever watched Redneck Zombies?
No, I have not.
The moonshine's turning people into zombies.
Okay, all right. No, I have. Like I said, I'm not a big horror, especially a B horror, fan at all.
Yeah.
And you know, and I'll be honest with you, it's probably mostly because my ex-husband was one, and yeah, no, we did not go in the same direction on that. So,
do you want to watch the intro?
Yes, absolutely.
You guys want to see the intro? Well, let's show you the intro. Totally helped out with the intro. Actually, he made it.
You didn't make it good enough, did you?
No. That was not it. Oh my god. Hang on a second. So we'll show you the intro of this. I like this intro. It's fun. Stop screen share. Screen share. Edit. Right here it goes. Now the black spot is where the movie title is going to show up. So but yeah, it's going to be fun. And we like talking about stuff like that. But she's going to be the primary on that, I think, because I suck. Anyway, thank you all so much for tuning in tonight. Tune in tomorrow at 8 p.m. I might take tomorrow off. I might shove it in his face. You know me, I ain't got nothing going on. I'll be here. Gas is too high to go anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Too damn high. I thought gas was going to be cheaper. I thought it was going to be cheaper. Shit. All right. So, oh yeah, and Weird Realities. Don't forget to go to Weird Realities Network to check out everything over there. And Abe's Front Porch. Abe, a good buddy of ours. We've supposed to said it the last 2 times and we just forgot. But Abe is doing what's it called?
Shoot. You shouldn't have asked me that.
I forget.
Hang on. You keep talking.
But yeah, Abe's got a new show where they're covering true crime. It's got a specific name to it. And I'm so sorry, Abe. I can't remember it. But you should be able to navigate to Abe's Front Porch Talk on TikTok, and I believe he may have it there. And he should also have a YouTube about it. It's a sweet little podcast where him and some of his buddies go over true crime. True crime. I think it's Abe's Front Porch Homicide, or
it's something. Crap. Oh, come on. I already know about Abe's Front Porch. That's not what I'm looking for.
I've got an email somewhere.
Oh, shoot. Okay,
I watched the first one.
I did too, and enjoyed the hell out of it.
Yeah.
But I can't find it now. Where's my groups at?
Here we go. Yeah, it's here it is. Let's see. Yeah, it's Abe's Front Porch, a homicide is what it's called. And homicide. Abe's Front Porch Talk and a Homicide. Go check that out. It's pretty good. And thank you all for watching us, because we're watching you.